Hello children, today we are going to deal with yet another chapter from module 1 of ZEITGEIST. The second one, that is Preamble to the Constitution of India. Welcome to the session. Preamble to the Constitution of India. On 26th January 1950, India adopted a new constitution. We know that is our Republic Day, 26th January. And when India adopted a new constitution, India became a sovereign country, a socialist country, a democratic republic country. For the formulation of the constitution of a state, a constituent assembly is necessary. There should be a constituent assembly, and that constituent assembly was constituted in the year 1946. And for drafting the Constitution of India, a constituent assembly was constituted under the chairmanship of Dr. Rajendra Prasad. And to draft this constitution, a drafting committee was formed, and it comprised of 7 members. And it was chaired by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of that drafting committee. And the final draft of the constitution was presented before the Constituent Assembly. The final draft was ready on 3rd November 1947. Then, in that final draft, it had 395 articles, 395 വകുപ്പുകൾ, and it was in 22 parts and 8 schedules. And this constitution came into force on 26th of January 1950. ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ഭാരതത്തിൻ്റെ ഭരണഘടന 26th January 1950 നിലവിൽ വന്നത്. And it was applicable in all states except Jammu and Kashmir. And the makers of Indian Constitution borrowed widely from the ideas were borrowed widely from different constitutions of the world, like America, like France. It was borrowed many ideas from different constitutions, and it bring forward a criticism that Indian Constitution was a bag of borrowings. For example, from the French Constitution, the idea of liberty, equality, and fraternity were borrowed. And in its current form, that is, in the present form of the Constitution, it has a preamble, that is an introduction. That is what we are going to learn. And it contains 25 parts with 448 articles, 12 schedules, 5 appendices, and 101 amendments. And it is the longest written constitution of the world. The term preamble means introduction or preface. That is, of 448 articles for the constitution, there is an introduction. We are going to learn that introduction. The tradition of preamble began with the American Constitution. The American Constitution had an introductory piece for their constitution, and we adopted that. And preamble refers, this introduction of just 5 to 6 sentences, it refers to the very essence of the Constitution. It is the essence of Constitution. And it is also called the identity card of the Constitution. That means all these 448 articles, 12 schedules, 5 appendices, and 101 amendments, all those things are, all these details or all these things are just comprised in just 6 to 7 sentences of the introductory part of the Constitution. And the preamble assimilates the values of political, moral, and religious on which the Constitution is built. Many different values, basic values of political, moral, and religious have assimilated in the preamble. And K.M. Munshi, a drafting committee member, stated that this our preamble, this introductory part, is the horoscope of our sovereign democratic republic country, India. And another member of the drafting committee, you remember, which was chaired under Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who had 7 members to draft the constitution. In that committee, Mr. Pandit Thakur Das remarked that it is the soul of the constitution. Preamble is the soul of the constitution. And it was amended in the year 1976. It was 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. It was called like that. 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, and it was amended in the year 1976, and it added 3 words to the constitution. It added socialist, secular in between the preamble, that is sovereign and democratic republic. It also added socialist and secular, and also integrity, that is comes in the fraternity assuring dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. Integrity was also added. And the preamble reveals that the constitution got its authority from the people of India, and it got certain objectives. The constitution has certain objectives like justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity among the people of India. The Constitution of India. Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign socialist, secular democratic republic, and to secure all its citizens justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. We, the people of India, having in a dignified manner determined to constitute India, we have determined to constitute India into a sovereign country. And what do you mean by sovereign? That is, it means India is independent of any authority of a state, that is independent of any other ruling power of any nation, and it has the power to legislate or to make laws on any subject, and is not under control of any other external power. That is mean by what means by sovereign. And India and people of India determined to constitute India into a sovereign nation. And now next is socialist. The term socialist holds the faith in a mixed economy where both private and public sector coexist. It is not just remaining a communist, that is rejecting the private property. It is not like that, but it is democratic. It holds faith in mixed economy where private sectors will be there, and also public sectors will also be there, and it would be coexist side by side. And it says that the people of India, having resolved to constitute India into a secular country. What does secular means? It means that in India, all religions get equal respect, equal protection, and equal support from the state. That is, we got, the people of India have the freedom for all religions. If you want to follow Hinduism, you can. If you want to follow Islam, you can. Or if you want to be a Christian, you can. Or Sikh or Buddhism, any religion you can follow. Or if you want to be non religious, that is also okay. And it says that we, the people of India, resolved or determined to constitute India into a democratic nation. What does democratic means? The supreme power lies in the people. That is, people elect their own representatives, and the constitution derives its authority from the people itself. And in India, what we follow, the parliamentary form of democracy. The term implies that the constitution of an India has an established form of constitution. Yes, we have a constitution, and the constitution gets its authority from the people, and which they have expressed through the election. They elect their own representatives. And the next point, we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved in a dignified manner, determined to constitute India into a republic nation. What do you mean by republic? That is, the head of the state is elected by the people. We have Rajya Sabha members, Lok Sabha members, which are elected by the people. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, and to secure its citizens justice. What do you mean by justice? Justice in the form of social justice, economic justice, and political justice. സാമൂഹിക നീതി അല്ലെ, നീതി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഉറപ്പുവരുത്തുകയാണ് ഭരണഘടന. ജസ്റ്റിസ് ഇസ് നെസസറി ടു മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ ഓർഡർ ഇൻ സൊസൈറ്റി. ഒരു സമൂഹത്തിൽ നീതിന്യായ വ്യവസ്ഥ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, നീതി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് അത്രയും ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആണ്. ഈ നീതി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒന്നോ രണ്ടോ പേർക്ക് മാത്രമല്ല, ഒരു രാജ്യത്ത് എന്തോരം ആൾക്കാരുണ്ടോ അത്രയും ആൾക്കാർക്ക് നീതി ഉറപ്പാക്കുക. ആൻഡ് ജസ്റ്റിസ് ഇസ് പ്രോമിസ്ഡ് ത്രൂ വേരിയസ് ഫണ്ടമെൻ്റൽ റൈറ്റ്സ്. ആ റൈറ്റ്സ് ആൾക്കാർക്ക് ഉള്ളത് വഴിയാണ് ജസ്റ്റിസ് പ്രോമിസ് ചെയ്യപ്പെടുന്നത്. And justice is promised through directive principles of state policy provided by the Constitution of India. That is, these directive principle lays down that state will always promote the welfare of people. State will promote, or the government will promote the welfare of people. How do they promote the welfare of the people? By securing and protecting their justice in all the institutions. And the justice comprises of three elements. What are they? Social justice, economic justice, and political justice. Social justice means that Constitution in India wants to create a society for people without any discrimination. Discrimination based on caste, discrimination based on creed or gender or religion. There will not be any discrimination for the people of India. A social justice, സാമൂഹിക നീതി എല്ലാവർക്കും ഉണ്ടാകും, ഉറപ്പ് നൽകുകയാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഭരണഘടന. And next comes of economic justice. That is, economic justice means there will not be any discrimination for any rights on the basis of wealth of people. പൈസ ഉള്ളവർക്ക് ഒരു നീതി അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പാവപ്പെട്ടവൻ ഒരു നീതി, അങ്ങനെയല്ല. The economic justice means there will not be any discrimination on the basis of wealth or income or economic status. People will be considered equal, and every person must be paid equally, even if you belong to a lower caste or even if you belong to a higher caste. If you are in a same position, people will get equal amount of the pay, and all people get opportunities to earn for their living. Now it is political justice. What do you mean by political justice? It means that all the people have an equal free right to participate in political opportunities. People can participate in political opportunities. Everybody, that is an equal political justice is also promised in our constitution. So now we talked about the constitution secure justice to the people. Now what is the next uh, element? Now it is liberty. Liberty of thought to all people. Liberty means freedom. Freedom for the people to choose their life. Freedom of thought. You can, freedom of expression, you can express yourself, or freedom of belief in whatever religion you want. Freedom of faith and freedom of worship. And the term means freedom for the people in India to choose their life of life, have any political views, right, left, or PGP, or whatever political views people can hold, and liberty of freedom, liberty of behavior in society, and always make in mind that liberty എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എന്തും ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യമല്ല, നമ്മുടെ ലോ അനുശാസിക്കുന്ന പ്രകാരം ജീവിക്കാനുള്ള ലിബർട്ടിയാണ്. എന്ത് തോന്നിവാസം വേണമെങ്കിലും ലിബർട്ടിയുടെ പേരിൽ ചെയ്യാമെന്നല്ല ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്ന കോൺസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ. ലിബർട്ടി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള രീതിയിൽ പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ വ്യൂസിനും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നിങ്ങളുടെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ എക്സ്പ്രസ് ചെയ്യാനും ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള ഫെയ്ത്ത് എടുക്കാനുമുള്ള സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യമാണ് നമ്മൾക്ക് ഭരണഘടന തരുന്നത്. And now it is fraternity. Our constitution secures our fraternity, and it assures the dignity of the individual, to maintain a dignified to maintain the dignity of each individual, and also assuring unity of nation, thereby also assuring the integrity of the nation. It means a feeling of brotherhood and an emotional attachment with all the people of India, not just South India. People have a tendency to divide people like South Indians, North Indians, Northeast Indians, like that. But the Constitution asks us to maintain an emotional attachment with the country, a feeling of oneness with all the people of India. And then it helps the unity of the nation, and it helps the integrity of the nation. Fraternity assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. We, the people of India, having determined to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic country, and to secure its citizens equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among the equality. Then what do you mean by term equality? It means that all sections will have all sections will be given equal opportunities. There will not be any special privileges for any certain caste. All people will be given equal opportunities for everything without any discriminations. That means everybody is equal before the law, whoever be you, even if you are a politician, even if you are a sports person, even if you are a celebrity, or even if you are a common person, law is equal for everybody, or everyone is equal before the law. And we already discussed the objectives of the Constitution as justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. And what are the importance of these objectives? It provides a way of life. It includes fraternity, liberty, equality as the notion of a happy life, which cannot be taken from each other. That means all these three things are important to maintain unity of the nation, or a happy state of people in the nation. Liberty cannot be taken away from equality, or equality just cannot taken away from liberty, or whether liberty and equality cannot be taken away from fraternity. That means all these three things go together. Without equality, if there is no equality, how can liberty be there? Because then the liberty would produce supremacy of a few people over the others. So equality is necessary, then liberty is also necessary. Then equality, if there is equality, but if it is without liberty, then it would kill an individual's initiative. That means equality is necessary, but that equality എല്ലാവർക്കുമുള്ള തുല്യത freedom ഇല്ലാതെയാണെങ്കിൽ it will not go forward. So equality and liberty is also important. And without fraternity, ആ ഒരു സാഹോദര്യം ഇല്ലാണ്ട്, liberty would then produce again supremacy. മറ്റുള്ളവരുടെ മേലിൽ ലിബർട്ടി ഫ്രറ്റേണിറ്റി ഇല്ല, സാഹോദര്യം ഇല്ല എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ പിന്നെയും ഫ്രീഡം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു സൂപ്പർമെസ്സിക്ക് കാരണമാവും. സോ വിത്തൗട്ട് ഫ്രറ്റേണിറ്റി, ലിബർട്ടി ആൻഡ് ഇക്വാലിറ്റി will not come into being. So all these three objectives are important. It provides a happy way of life. And in a constituent assembly, in 26th November 1949, our constituent assembly got adopted. That is, hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves, the people of India, this constitution. 1949 26th of നവംബറിലാണ് ഇതിങ്ങനെ ഫോർമുലേറ്റ് ചെയ്തത്. ആൻഡ് ഇറ്റ് കെയിം ഇൻ ടു ഫോഴ്സ് ഓൺ 26th January 1950. Yes, we have already talked that our constitution was came into force except in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. But now we know that government of India has already cancelled the special status of Jammu and Kashmir in 2019 under the Article 370, and then the Parliament of India has passed Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act that it dissolved its provisions of state and it reorganized it into two union territories. So we have discussed preamble to the Constitution of India, and we will meet with yet another chapter from ZEITGEIST in the next class. Thank you.